What's up, everybody? It's ET. It's 5:47, so it's a little early on October 16, 2017. Here's a little ET thing I found on my desk. Yeah. So we are working on a vector animation software where we're using Unity to build vector animation software to make this basically a vector animation software that can run on mobile and desktop, and basically have two features that a lot of vector software doesn't have: is animation and testing your animation right on the device that you're working on. So what I'm really thinking about is, like, iPads and stuff. You can actually make the animation on your iPad, and you'll be able to test it right there on your iPad as well. So that is the goal of this project. And so, okay, just to go back a little bit on our last stream, which I think, when was our last stream? Should have been on the 11th, so probably the 12th to commit. So we added group functionality, fixed drag selection on groups, and start implementation of layers panel. Oh, I don't think I did that on the stream. But okay, when will I work on a 3D animation / game? Not for a little while. It's gonna be some time, man. I think it's gonna be all 2D right now. 2D and vector art for probably the rest of this year. Hopefully by the end of this year I'll have the software done, is my goal. Usable, hopefully by November is what I'm thinking. So, okay, so I didn't actually show this off, so let's show some stuff off. So group functionality. Oh, before I do this, is anyone else doing Inktober? I've been looking at it, and I've been participating, but I'm a bad drawer. So I'm gonna see if anyone else. Hey, what's up, brother? Oh, nice. I don't know what system everyone's using. Like, I see, I don't know, I have like this going on YouTube and Twitch. So let's see, October 2017, or I have to do hashtag, right? Just a quick view. See where I rank. Yeah, I'm a little less better than these people. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. No, I'm not nearly that level. Oh man. Good stuff. Oh, definitely not doing the colored inks either. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. So the 15th, the theme for the 15th was mysterious, and 16th was fat. Oh, but I don't think you always have to follow the recommendation. Cool. So yeah, these are just some Inktober stuff. So if you don't know much about it, like, every day they give you a topic to draw, and you just go ahead and draw and ink something based on that topic. Mine's is just on my website here. Oh shoot, I should have put www. Oh, no, it's right there. See, I'm not good at all. Compared to what I've just been looking at, these are the things I've been working on. I gotta do one tonight too. But alright, yeah, back to... Dude, yeah, it took me like hours to catch up on making these Inktobers. Like, so I missed like maybe about 7 or 8 days. And so I spent airplane flight just drawing a whole bunch of stuff just over and over and over again. And I'm getting a little better at drawing, but I'm still very far away. I think by the end of October, I will be a little bit better. Okay, so yeah, what have we done since last time we streamed here? Okay, so first I've made a layers panel, so if I hit play here and make this big, if I click on the layers, now we have like this panel with all the layers, and so right now we have the default one selected, and we can just click on different ones, it'll select that layer, and then we have some buttons here on the right that can move the layers up or down. And then we have an add layer, so it'll add the layer, but you can't name it yet. I don't think I have the rename functionality done. And then you can also delete layer. So I'll work on naming the layers later. That's not essential for me just to get this project working. So the goal is like we're gonna try to just sketch the whole program to like basically what it's supposed to work out with, and then we'll start putting in new features here and there, like renaming a layer. So that is the goal. Okay. So what else have we done? Alright, here's another thing I know that I've been working on. So this is a group object. So this is a circle, square, polygon. This is a group. So this is made up of multiple things. But you see, if I click on any part of the group, it will not select just the individual eye. So what we can do is here at the top we have like a group and ungroup button. If I click on the ungroup button, it says selected groups ungrouped. And then if I click off of it, click back on, and move it, you can see now I'm just moving that guy. Or if I click the eye. So okay, that's fine and dandy, and we've done that, but the things that wasn't working was the undo redo stuff. So if I hit undo a few times, I really should say like what I'm undoing. That's a feature I want to add. So I'm gonna just go here to Trello right quick and feature request, show what undo is undoing. At least some kind of text saying, hey, you undid grouping, or you undid something. Okay, so yeah, I'm still working on it. So okay, undo selection box issues. I have that logged already. Undo, and there we go. It went back to group. So the grouping works, and hopefully, oh, but the moving of the groups don't work. So I'm gonna redo and redo. Oh, I can't redo. Okay, anyway. And same thing with grouping. So right now, if I hit group, more selection box issues, but it groups the objects, and then it can ungroup. And now they're two different objects. Yay! So yeah, that's what I've been working on for the last couple of streams actually, and while I had some time over the weekend, I did that too. Okay, I think the depth undo and redo wasn't working, but now it does? I don't know yet. I haven't really tried it. So I just changed the depth, and then I undo. Yeah, the depth does. Okay, cool. Okay, so what are we going to be working on now? So group objects is really like the top thing I've been working on. And so we're able to select groups, create groups, ungroup groups. We can't modify the group. So we'll have to like later make some kind of focus on the group. So if you like double click it or something, you'll only edit what's in that group. But that's going to be for later. So I don't know if I can make this its own thing. No, it's in this checkbox. Undo, redo, actions must work. So right now I kind of showed that if you move a group object, like you move this face. Well, first if you move anything and undo, it's supposed to work, right? Selection box doesn't work, but everything else does. But then if I move this group and try to undo it, it doesn't work. So that's something I have to fix. And then multi-layered groups do not move, scale, transfer well. Yeah, so let's say I have a group, and you can kind of keep an eye of the hierarchy here. So I have a group with an eye head. I'm going to group it with this ellipse. Group it. So now we have a group with group and ellipse. So yeah, you can already see the selection's kind of weird. Like I'm just selecting that group or that group. But okay, so we have this group. That works fine. And then let's say I take this and group those together. Eventually, I think it's going to all break on me. I think. Let's take you to group. Maybe it's okay. Oops. Oh, did I also get the line? Alright. Well, anyway. There's some quirkiness with this, but it seems to be working okay right now for some reason. But I know there's like a bug in there. That's why I'm going to keep it in there. Alright, so I'm going to stop playing here. And so yeah, these three things I have to work on. But I'll work on later. So I'm going to put this back in just to do because we kind of got the basic group functionality working right now. Okay, so here are the things I want to do. Really, I want to work on this. Change at mode. So right now, we only have draw mode. So what I want to do is have different modes. So we're going to have draw mode, bone mode, animation mode, and test mode. So those are the 4 modes I want. So what I'm going to do is we are going to have some way to change this mode. I'm thinking just 2 arrows right now on the sides here. So we're going to just create 2 arrows, and then when you click it, it will change this text, which it will be easy. But then what's really going to be hard to change is all these toolbars and everything. So we won't be able to like draw stuff and do different things, but we should have like boning tools, like, you know, draw a bone, add a bone, and all of that. So these are things we have to work on. And yeah, I didn't really sketch out how I want bone mode to look right now, so that's gonna be difficult. Oh, and if I did it right, hopefully this right side, I'm thinking this is how I'm going to separate it. The right side's going to be available in all tools, so these are going to be your actions you can do in every tool, and your left side's only for certain modes. So like, you know, these tools are available in draw mode, and then another set of these tools will be available in bone mode. So let's go ahead and see if we can start working on that. Okay, so let's go. We have this landscape canvas. We have a few bars here, and then one of them is the title bar. So the only thing we have in title bar is this text. What I'm going to do is add 2 buttons on here. So we're going to add button and another button. I might try to just repurpose my depth buttons for now. We'll of course make things look much nicer later. It's all about functionality right now. So okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale the button to like 100%, but then I only want it to be like 10% of the bar. So if I do that, you can see this is just 10% here, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, maximize it, and just make this 10% of the bar. And yeah, let's name these appropriately. Change mode left, change mode right. So what we're going to have to do is specify what kind of modes we have, and actually even before I add any images or anything, we can just say like left. You can kind of just draw in text what we're trying to do. So okay, left and right. Very nice. So yeah, the modes. How are we going to specify the modes? I haven't really thought this far ahead, and my code's not really equipped to handle this, but we'll work it in. So okay, I'm thinking just in the UI class in general, we'll just have certain modes and a selection of modes. So here we go. So let's just make an enumerator of all the different modes we have. Public enum, and we'll call this mode. And we'll have draw mode, bone mode, animation mode, and test mode. And what we're going to do is that variable is going to just start off in draw mode. Okay, so that's good. If I look here on the inspector, we should get a new variable once it compiles. This little spinning circle on the bottom, this means it's compiling. And there it goes, it compiled, we have mode. And now we have a mode of these 4 different things. Cool. These 2 arrows are going to basically toggle through these modes. So what I might just do is make 2 functions, or maybe 1 function. No, I'll just make it 2. Public void next mode, and that will just move you to the next mode. So mode is going to equal still my mode, but we're just going to get the integer of it. So I'm going to use this convenient convert class to int32 of mode. Nope, Or you can just do a hard cast, because an enum is just an int. And so this hard cast, then you can just say man, my brain's not working. Yeah, +1. Yep. You know what I like to do? This is like 0, 1, 2, 3. I like to make another one called size or length or count. And you should never actually use this mode, but it's nice to use so that you can just have a length. So this will be 4 actually, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? But you can see if I put my mouse over this, count equals 4. So this is kind of the length, right? I don't know. It's a kind of a hack, but I like it. So we're going to convert this whole thing into a mode. So yeah, a lot of casting craziness for this, but it's one line of code, which is nice, right? So we have, you know, the integer of the mode, add 1 to it, and then put it in mode. But what happens if you get higher than 4? That's where you're going to use modulo, where basically you go percent mode, another int, mode dot length. And so once you hit 4, it's going to start back to 0, and that's how that works. And I think you can do the same thing with previous mode. Okay, just to test that this is working, we're going to hook these up to buttons, these two functions, and we'll go ahead and see if it updates in the inspector. So, go over to change mode here. So we have this button. It's not doing anything on click. You can add. We'll drag over our UI, that function we're working on, which is UI. And in there we have this one. This is the previous button, so let's say previous mode, and this one is going to do the same thing, UI, next mode, and we'll monitor the mode here. So I'm going to save this, play this, and we'll just click each button and see what happens. So okay, right now the mode's draw, right, next, it's bone, next, animation, next, test, next, back to draw. Awesome. So I can be able to click on that many times and it just toggles right through. Hopefully it works backwards too. Nope, doesn't work at 0. So we gotta be careful here. So when we're subtracting 1, maybe it's always good to add 4 to this, or add length to this. I'm gonna do it. And basically what you're doing is like adding 4 to it, and you're still going to modulo it by 4. So even if you get to -1, which would be actually -1 plus 4 is 3, you should just wind back to the end. Hopefully. It's the goal. So I'm going to play this. See if it wrap around. Draw, bone, animation, test. Draw, bone, animation, test. Okay, go back. Test, animation, bone, draw, test, animation, bone, draw. Awesome. So that is working. So now we got to use this to change some other stuff. First things first, we just want to change the text here. So maybe instead of this saying draw mode, it will just say whatever this says plus mode. So let's see, do I have a title bar? Status bar, text. What is text? I'll click on it. Displays. Oh, okay, so that's this text. Status bar is the context bar text, which I guess is just this new text thing. Okay, never mind. We're gonna need to update the title, so I'll just make another variable. Why not? So this is gonna be title text. Right now is equal to null. I'll go ahead and name this title text. And then I'm just going to say if... Oh, is that what this does? What does this do? Yeah, okay. This is kind of a helper function. I didn't know I made this. Okay, transform that find title text true. So this just looks for anything that's title text. And then I don't know if I like this very much. Sorry, I'm just thinking if I should do this. Yeah, why not? Okay. What's our other modes here? Input, output. Okay, so we're going to say title text, out title text. So basically you're saying, hey, if this is not equal to this, go ahead and set it to this. So if it's null, look for title text and then set it there. I kind of like the if statements better. Like, this is what I like better. If title text, or basically if not title text, if it's not specified, title text equals, you know, transform that finds title text. And then I have this deep find to check the children of the children. And something like that, and then you probably have to do game object or something here. Or get component text. I can kind of see what I'm doing Just because now you got all these null possibilities, so if you can't find, you're screwed. If you can't find text, it'll be null. So maybe that's why I made the helper function. I knew there was a reason I did it, just it doesn't look that great to me. Alright, anyway, all that was just aside. Back to UI. Title text, you can see it's found title text here, and if I click it, it selects it. So found it, everything looks good, and that's the onValidate function. So that just checks every time you know, you make a change to the object, it validates to make sure it works. And a lot of times you want to put in any null checks, like, hey, if I don't have a variable set, make sure it's set. So I like it to have it there. Okay, cool. So we have title text, great. What are we going to do with title text here? Title text.txt. Is it a text? I mean, it let me do it, so I'll just do it. Okay, so I'm going to say mode.toString plus mode, the actual word. Same thing with previous. And hopefully that will just update the title here. Draw mode, bone mode, animation mode, test mode. And now you can see that it's actually in-game, or in-app, the different buttons work. Okay. Cool. Now the difficult part. What about this bar? There's multiple ways we can handle it. I'm going to handle it the easy hacky way, which is create another object, and just depending on what mode, you know, enable this object and disable this object, or enable this object and disable this object. So that's how I'm going to handle it. So yeah, let's go. So instead of left menu bar, we will call this left draw menu. And then maybe we can have multiple, like left bone menu. Now, who's going to manage all of this is a great question. Okay, I have an idea. Serialize field, private. We're going to have a list of, oh my gosh, stop doing that for me. Alright, a list of game object arrays. And we'll just call you menus. Ooh, I know. A dictionary. Or, in other languages, a map. But anyway, I'm going to call it a dictionary of mode and game object arrays. Awesome. And we'll call you menus. Doesn't even have to be menus. But yeah, menus it makes sense for now. Okay. And we'll just initialize that when the object gets initialized here. Okay, so cool. So this is what this is going to do. For every mode, there's going to be a list of game objects we want to enable. All the other game objects will disable. So I feel pretty good about this. Yeah, I feel pretty good about this. Okay. That being said, we're going to make an update menus function, and each of these guys is going to update the menus accordingly. Alright, so the update menus function is going to first of all disable everything in that dictionary that we just did. So for each variable, we'll call this menu in menus.values. We'll call this menu group or menu game objects, plural. And then for each, so basically we're getting an array of game objects here, right? And now for each of those, we'll say that it's a menu. We're going to say menu.setActive false. So for every mode, every game object, set it to false. Great. Now, if menus mode, you know what we should do? Yeah, that's fine. If menus mode, right? So equals, not equals, sure, equals menus mode is a list of game objects. Oh yeah, equals null. Let's do it the other way. Not equals null. For each of those menus mode, for each of those game objects, we're going to say menu.setActive is true. There we go. So now the only thing left to do is specify that array or dictionary, and we can do that anywhere we like. But where do I like? And the other problem is with dictionaries, they don't show up well in Unity. It's not a serialized object. So that's what I don't like about this, but everything else I like. Do I have a start function? I don't. Alright, let's just make a start function. Okay, the start function, we're going to populate this. So, menus, I'm just going to hard code it right now. Menus dot draw equals a new array. What I'm going to do, yeah, transform that find. And that is the wrong brackets. Circle. We named it left draw menu, okay. Dot game object. Oh, don't need that. What happens if I just did that? Find returns a transform. Yeah, so I need the dot game object. Okay. And then menus mode, what's the other one? that we done. Bone menu. Okay, now we'll see if this works, but before we see that it works, let's make bone menu and draw menu a little bit different. So I'm gonna disable draw menu for right now. Okay, bone menu. I'm gonna take out just about everything except select. So we'll have this big arrow if it's select. Alright, if it's bone menu, sorry. Right. Is there anything else that I'm missing? I just thought of something and then it went away. So we're going to play the game. Oh, yeah, when we start the game, we should update the menus right away too, just in case it starts in a different mode. Oh, thought I called it update mode. Update menus, yeah. Alright. So here's the attempt. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we get any errors. Oh, errors! Error! It did not find left draw menu. Or, is it? Yeah, it didn't find left draw menu. Left draw menu. I mean, that is the name. Oh, it wasn't recursive. It's a child of a child, so we have to use the extension function we made. No problem. Okay, so far it ran without error. And let's do it. Hey! Nice. So that bar now changes according to the mode. Very nice. But I can see that we have some errors at the bottom here, and I'm guessing it's because we're not doing any null checking when we're reaching dictionaries that don't have any game objects. So okay, so this should be fine. That's just getting all the values. Let's just do a quick null check here. If menu game objects not equals null, continue onwards. Let's see if that fixes our errors here. Just ignore the warnings for right now. Just care about the errors. Alright. Yep, still getting the key thing. So it's when the menu doesn't exist. Alright, let's figure out where that's being called. UI 77. Okay, so even right here, we should do a check if it even has that key. Contains key, mode, and we don't even have to do the and. We can just, I don't know why I like this. This looks cooler, I think. So okay, if oops, forgot a parentheses. If contains key mode, make sure it's not null, then iterate through it. Huh, I wonder if I need that. If it contains the key, let's try it. I'm gonna delete these two things. See if there's errors still. I like to do as little checks as I can, just for a little speed. Yeah, that looks good. There we go, no errors. And everything looks great. Because it's iterating through the array, so if the array is null or empty, it will just skip this altogether. Alright, great, that looks good. Alright, so we got our menus. Now we gotta start thinking about what buttons we want to add to the menus. Alright, so this is draw menu. Let's just check something out. So just to show you more about the layers, here's like a big box I drew over everything. That's because this layer is over this layer. But if I put it down, then you can see this layer is behind that layer. Or if I delete this layer, now all the objects on that layer are gone. I don't know if the undo redo works there. It doesn't, so careful. Okay. So, next. How are we going to handle everything here? We got one giant selection thing that works great. But we need some bone stuff. So let's see what we can do. What am I doing? Yeah, here. Bone stuff. I'm going to just look at this menu for right now. Hide our draw menu. Alright, so just thinking out loud, what do we need to do? We need to add a bone. That will be cool. We need to, I guess, obviously delete a bone. But you know, we have the delete button here on the right. That's what I'm going to use to delete the bone. I guess map bone? And we'll get more into that later. So we can add a bone, map a bone. Ooh, you know what I want to do? This might be even the first thing. Add bone template. So what I'm thinking about this tool, this add bone template, is instead of having to create a bone, create a bone, create a bone, create a bone, add bone template will give you a list of templates that you've either made yourself or ones that we provide. And let's say human, right? You click the template, add template, it's like, oh, click the hip, click the upper leg, click the lower leg, click the right upper leg. And so it'll just tell you places to click, and then it'll make you the bone structure automatically. And so if you, and the cool thing is if you use templates, you can retarget things. So if this guy's using this template and this other guy's using the exact same template, you know, the walking animation can be the same for both of them, even if the scale's a little off. So I'll kind of have to make that a requirement for retargeting, that you're using the same template. Yeah, I think I like that. Then add bone by itself, map bone. I guess I can have some of these other buttons too, like the zoom, move and zoom. That's really the view. That almost belongs on this bar right here. So I'll take it off for now. Anything else? Is there anything I'm missing? Anything that I don't know. I should look at some other tools. I wonder if I have like Sprider on here. It says Sprider Pro, but I know that one doesn't work. Oh God. No, I better cancel that. Okay, I guess I better just leave it alone then. Alright, let's see. Sprider. Ah. I haven't looked at this software in a while, but it's one of my favorite like freeware bone apps. Let's just do it. Let's do it here. Let's do it now, as quickly as we can. Okay, so that's downloading. I'm going to close this, minimize this. Actually, let me just keep a track on this. Alright, so we got Sprider. Here we go, Sprider free. Extract it. Sprider free. It's in install. Oh, yep, accept. Next, next, next. Install. it's good for me to look at other software too, just see if there's anything cool that they're doing that I'm not doing, or anything I feel like they're missing that I can do. Sure. Don't worry about that. Alright, let's see. I already forgot how this software works. Sure, yeah, let's choose a root folder. Let's make something on our desktop. Tests, Brighter. Select this folder. Nice. Alright, so we're working on our first animation with our first entity. Yeah. Oh yeah, if I hold down Alt, I can create a bone. Yep. Create Alt, do that. You can now see if I drag over there, it automatically maps this bone to this bone. So it's really like that. And then if I click back on this bone and do it again, now I should have, yeah, 2 different bones. And then I can do this. Yeah, I do like how that works. Click on this guy. And if I, rotate, there we go. So that's the goal. We got to do something like that. And you can... Alright, cool. So, yeah. I don't see very many, buttons to do it. But let's just think that if you're on an iPad and doing this, if I hit add bone, I think I'm going to do a push down and drag kind of thing. So push down, drag like this. So that's the add bone tool, and it will just do exactly that. And if you just tap on another bone like that, you can kind of work your way the other way. Just tap that bone. There you go. Is there anything else? So that's the add bone tool. The template will be just, instead of dragging, you just tap on different points on the body. I really like that idea. What else have I got? The map bone. Oh yeah. So how do they do it? Let's see. So I have this bone hierarchy. Yeah. So if I hit map bone, maybe I will pull up a little hierarchy window on the side or the bottom here. And yeah, and you can kind of remap things. So if I say I have this bone and I don't like where that is, why is it? I can move it to here. And now, yeah, it's kind of weird. And I actually don't understand how this all works. I was thinking of tap child, tap parent, and that's all you have to do. So tap child, tap parent, tap child, tap parent. And I think that would be a nice tool for at least on a touch device. You could be tap child, tap parent, tap child, tap parent. So I'm thinking how I would name this tool. So reparent bone, and the other one is take children bone. Rechild bone. Rechild. It's almost like take child. Reparent sounds okay. Rechild doesn't sound good, but neither does take child. So, yeah, that sounds fine. All these being selected hurts my brain. Okay, that's fine. Eventually I'll have to change out these icons. I won't do that yet. but this is looking pretty good. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Right, I am. So the selected graphic, isn't there a selected graphic? Yeah. I have to like drag this here. Hope I'm doing that right. Oh, and a toggle group, yeah. Oh, did that come over? Oh, nice, nice. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Draw mode, it's going to get this menu. Bone mode. It doesn't look like it's really doing what I want it to do. It's okay, I'm not worried about it right now. We'll worry about that later. Alright, so we got different modes. Let's look at our task list. So we can now change the at mode. What do we want to do now? Add a bone. Sure. So we kind of actually do this working if we're going to get this to work. So I can click on add bone. Oh, nice. I wonder if I can just, like... It won't look the greatest, but at least... Let's add bone template. So you got add bone template. This could be add bone. We will put images in here later. We are looking for functionality right now. Reparent bone. And rechild bone. Okay. So those are our faux buttons, our fake buttons. I'm still not convinced that they'll work, or that I can even click on them anymore. So maybe there's something else we need to do.
Welcome to the human race.
Maybe I can just make this like an empty object or something. I think there's something called like UI mask or something to that effect. Oh, but it's not an SVG, it's just a regular image. So I'm going to remove the SVG-ness, or I guess just disable it. Let's put another image on here. Oh man. Alright, well, gotta remove this image. Put this image, and just make it nearly transparent. There we go, that's something. And I guess it'd be nice if I just copy this, remove this, paste this, enable this. Alright, great. Does that look darker? I guess that looks fine. Yeah. This is the tedious part, I think, of Unity. Not that there's a better way to do this that I can think of offhand, just sometimes wiring stuff up through the inspector is kind of... feel like there might be a better way. Well, they're raycast targets, which is good. Alright, let me just try to get one working. This add bone mode, I'm going to make it a little brighter. And I'm going to even change the select to something very similar. This could be like a yellow. Alright. And this, hopefully... Oh, do I have to like do these too? Yep. That's the other problem. I see. These have to be replaced. Okay, well let me test that out. Alright, the first two buttons should be wired, which looks like it is. And if I click it. Alright, and I gotta enable to select it. Okay. We're getting there. So definitely enable this. And you know what, I'm not crazy about any of this. I'll definitely redo it. It's just more about functionality, like I've been saying a million times. So we'll get it done. So here we go. Bring this alpha down. Bring this alpha down. Cool. And that might be it. Just make sure we're parenting everything correct. You're the image. You're to select it. You're the image. You're the selected. You're the image, and you are the selected. Another thing I could do is on some script, I can say on validate every button, and if you don't have the target graphic or the graphic, you know, find that one in your children, and that could be a way to handle that. So you don't have to like start dragging everything back and forth. Alright, so let's see. All the buttons seem to be working. You can see these selected graphics are different, but that's fine. I find it kind of funny. Kind of useful too. You could probably do some cool stuff with just adding an image on top of it. I can see that this selection thing's not changing though. Oh, because it's not changing. Interesting. Okay. Anything else? Right. Well, let's get the add bone tool working. So here's our event toggle group. On select, on deselect. Let's see what we're doing over here. I kind of remember how I did all these toggles. Alright, toggle singleton toggles. So you are a singleton class. Good to know. Ooh, I figured out how to change all this too. But I'm not there yet. Alright, I'm just gonna hit play and see if there's like some code. Ah, yeah, there's some code. Select a tool. Got it, got it, got it. So selected tool is doing some business here. Yeah, it has an instance of toggle group. So it's going through each one, adding the listener, on select, on deselect. Oh no, it's just doing it on the one group. Okay. Okay. I gotta check. Is there a way? This is what I want to do. I want to basically specify this in the editor, but if it's null, or if they don't have any persistent listeners, then I want the code to add it. So, just kind of a sidebar here. So I'm just going to log a message, toggle group onSelect, get persistent event count. So if I'm right, this will add an event listener to onSelect, and then this should be 1, because it's only one listener. So let's see, Windows console, yes. Alright, now if I duplicate this, or if I totally delete it, which I don't want to do, this should be 2 if I run this again. Awesome. So that's beautiful, and this is what I'm going to do. If toggle group and toggle group dot onSelect get persistent count equals 0 with the that, do this, and kind of the same thing here, except on deselect. Cool. So we have the 2 events, number of persistent listeners, but just so we know what is going on without having to look at code or anything, I want to do it here in the inspector. So if I go to left draw menu, ooh, where is this thing? Selection tool is here? UI? Yeah, I don't know where you are. Select it tool. Can I just search for it here? Select it tool. Application manager. Select it tool. Okay, nice. So I can go to left draw menu, bring in the application manager, and say select it tool dot, oh gosh, of course you're not going to let me, are you? On select, on deselect, because they're private. Interesting. So because they're private, you won't let me do it. If I made you public, you won't have a problem with me using you. Okay, so I gotta let it compile first. Still going, still going. Wait for that circle to disappear. It's gone. Now we can go. and maybe I will redo the whole thing. Application Manager, Selected Tool, Dynamic, yeah. So on select or on deselect. So we'll say on select for you. Same guy. Selected tool on deselect toggle. Okay, right, so hopefully if I start this, it won't add more events to this. Which it does not. Awesome. Now if I go to bone mode, this event toggle doesn't have anything in it. But I think we should put something in it. And the same two things sound great. Game mode, selected tool, on select. Application manager, selected tool, on deselect. Oops, used a dynamic one. Yeah, so, okay. Now, maybe? It'll definitely do something. I don't know what it will do. Yeah, there you go. Add bone template, add bone button, parent bone. I see I named things differently here. But at least it's calling the events now, which is nice. I don't know why this selection is not going away. Oh, because I didn't say you're to select the graphic. That makes sense. Here we go. Nice. What I might do is change it to, like, I think everybody or every mode will have select object. So when you change modes, I think I'll change the tool back to selected tool. That way, there's like less errors with you having multiple tools selected. So when we go change the mode or update menus, wherever that was, it felt like forever ago now. We were doing that on when we changed a menu, changed a mode. That was on UI, right? We are going to say selected tool dot. Do you have any functions for me to change the selected tool? I guess not. So we're gonna have to go to the toggle group. I have an idea. Yeah. This is going to require a little bit of coding, but I think I know what I want to do. Okay, so at this point, after we're done the menus, right, we should have all the correct menus up and active. So we can use Unity's find objects of type event toggle group, and that should return the event toggle group that's active. And next, we gotta figure out how to get its children. Maybe I'll learn more in here. Oh, I see. I am just literally getting its children of type toggle. No problem. I lost my code. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to say var event toggle group is this guy. Then we're going to say for each var toggle in event toggle group dot transform, or better yet, get components in children toggle, and make sure you add an S to that component so we know it's an array. We're going to say, hey, if this toggle.name equals whatever we name this toggle, select button, so if this is equal to that, go ahead and toggle can I set active? I don't want to set all toggles off. I think I'm going to do toggle that is active is on equals true. Yeah. And then just break out of here. Is that what I want to do? I'm going to say yes. We'll see how bad this breaks. Alright, so I'm going to change to like the line tool, go over here, select, go back, yeah, select tool is still active. Okay, and then, yeah, now if I say line tool and go to bone mode, I'm still in the line tool. Not great. Should be in the select tool. I have an idea. I just force the event, right? That might work. So in the UI, where I'm saying is on equals true, instead of doing that, just say select a tool dot yeesh. I don't think it's a two. Event toggle group dot on select. Toggle? Yeah, maybe it's not this one I want to do. Ah, I know I'm so close. I know I'm close. I know I'm close. So, okay. I'm going to work it from here. I think. I don't know. I'll just put it in Trello and we'll log it for now. The other thing in Trello is bug selected tool from previous mode carries to new mode. Reset selection. Alright, but I think this might be a good place to stop. So I'm also going to commit my work on the stream just because I forget to commit my work sometimes. As you can see, if I look at my commit log, I did one right before the stream here, so like at 5:40. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and commit here on the stream, here in person, just so all the changes are there. Oh wow, I didn't really change that much code, did I? I guess mostly in UI and in the scene itself. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead and save the scene. I'm gonna play it once more just to make sure it mostly works, that I didn't leave it in a bad shape for when next time I come look at it. Yep, the selection seems to work. Line drawing seems to work. Squares are working. Yeah, that seems to be working great. Multi-select. I want to make a house. Put the box there, put it behind the triangle. Maybe group the whole thing together. And let's just say I wanted to make water. Actually, let me delete that. Let's do a different layer. Put that layer below the default layer. This will be some water. I always build this island. I don't know why, with the shapes I have, but it's just fun, I guess. Scale this up. Actually, zoom out a little. Oh gosh, yeah, I gotta change that. The buttons need to change with the scale. So okay, there's some water. Here's the house. This face is in the water for some reason. And this, I'm gonna delete some of this stuff. Oh, can I delete multiple things? Yeah. Always good to check. Delete, delete, delete. This is a nice sun in the sky. And there we go. That's my island. Island in the sun. 8, 8. Okay. Text doesn't work at all. And I need to make more shapes selectable. The move works. Yeah, you can zoom in and out here. What else? I guess the house color. Nope, doesn't seem to work on groups. I'm gonna ungroup it. Push that back. Change it to like a red house with the yellow roof. Sure. Change that line to a different color. That looks good. So yeah, the software seems to be working okay. Now let's go to draw mode. Still in selection mode. Animation mode doesn't do anything. Test mode doesn't do anything. Back to draw mode. Okay. I'm happy with that test. That was a pretty good test through. So I'm going to save that. And we're going to go to source tree here. Actually, I'll close it too. Sometimes like project stuff doesn't save unless you close the whole app. Refresh this. Seems to be all there. Stage all. So what did we end up doing? Implement change mode buttons. Create it. Title changes with our on mode change title on mode change change menu bar, and that's what we did today. So I'm gonna go ahead and commit that and upload it to my server, and that is it. Alright everybody, had a good time. Have a great Monday evening, and I will be back Wednesday. Bye. Oh no, I didn't know where to stop this thing. Oh, here it is. Bye guys.